Here's a right triangle, and I've titled this paper, Solving Right Triangles. And I actually pulled this problem from this worksheet. It's problem number 4, the exact problem. And on problem number 4, they just want you to find x. But we're going to do more than that. We're going to solve the whole triangle. As I'm looking at this right triangle, I'm seeing that I have the hypotenuse is 19. The right angle is always across from the hypotenuse. It's 90 degrees. And they gave me this angle that's 28 degrees. I want you to notice I wrote the degree mark after the 28. If you've written an angle, you've written the measure of the angle, and it's in degrees, I want you to write the degree mark after the 28, after whatever the number is. That's a part of writing mathematics correctly. I'm going to label my triangle with letters of the alphabet here, the vertices, the corners. A lot of times we'll use capital letters for that. A lot of times we use ABC. But you can really use whatever letters you like. Because I can use whatever letters I like, I'm going to go with K, L, and M. Now, in keeping with the way triangles are labeled, I have a capital K for this angle, the angle here. If I'm labeling it in the way they're going to label it in a trig class, I would have this side be a lowercase k. Lowercase k is opposite from capital K angle. That means with angle L, across from angle L, that side would be side L. Now that represents the length of the side. Now if I write a print lowercase l, it's going to look like a 1. So I'm going to do a script lowercase l. Now if the right angle is M, capital M, then that means the hypotenuse, which is 19, will use a lowercase m. They have given me 3 of the 6 pieces of information in this triangle. And what I mean by that, triangles have 6 measures. The length of each of the sides and the measure of each of the angles. And there's 3 of each. So I'll write that. It seems kind of silly, but I'm going to write it. Every triangle has 6 measures that we're talking about here. I have 3 sides and 3 angles. And if you have a right triangle, you know one of the angles is 90 degrees. Well, there's something special about a right triangle. If you have a right triangle and you have 2 of the other 5 measures, you can find all 6 measures. And that's what we mean by solving a right triangle. So let me write that. So in a right triangle, we have, this will sound silly, a right angle. Now, a right angle is a 90-degree angle. Now, I'm going to write the degree mark after 90. a 90-degree angle. If we have 2 of the other 5 measures, we can find all the missing ones. And when we do that, we say we've solved the triangle. This picture right here, I have an angle that's 28 degrees. I have a 90-degree angle. Oh, I can easily find angle K. So I'll do this. I'm going to write, find the measure of angle K. The angles, when you add them all together, they're going to add to 180 degrees. So I just have to take the 2 that I know. They have the little square there, but I'm going to write 90 degrees next to that. I just need to take the 2 that I know and subtract it from 180. So 180 degrees minus 90 degrees and minus 28 degrees equals the measure of angle K. I put the little m there for measure, the measure of angle K. I'm going to use my calculator and go ahead and do the subtraction. And I want to remind you, you know this, your phone has a calculator on it. Do not use the calculator on your phone. You're not going to be allowed to use that calculator in college, the one that's on your phone. Don't get hooked on it. And there's a lot of things about the phone calculator that are just not good. Let's type this into a nice regular calculator. 180 minus 90 minus 28. 62 degrees. So the measure of angle K is 62 degrees. On my picture, I'm going to go ahead and write that in there. K is 62 degrees. On problems when I'm solving a triangle, looking for the measure of everything, what I'll usually do is something like this. I'm going to write the angles. I'm going to put them in alphabetical order just because it kind of makes sense. The measure or angle K, I'll put a blank for me to put the measure of angle K in that blank. They gave me L, but I'm going to put L in there as well. And they gave me M. That's the right angle. There's my angles. Write the word angles above that. And here are the sides. And again, alphabetical order. I'm going to do lowercase k, lowercase l, lowercase m. And fill it in as I figure it out. The measure of angle L is 28 degrees. The measure of angle M is 90 degrees. Side M is 19. Usually when I do this, I'll put all the stuff that they gave me in ink, and then I'll switch colors. Sometimes I'll go with a pencil. This time I'll go with a red pen. The stuff I'm finding, I'm going to write it in red. Angle K, 62 degrees. Put the degree mark. I noticed on some videos, some people do not put the degree mark. Now, as I look at my picture, I'd like to kind of go with the stuff that they gave to me. I'm going to go ahead and write my 62 on my picture in red because I figured that part out. But what I mean by they gave to me is they gave me the stuff that's in blue. So, to start the problem off. So, as I look at 28 degrees as an angle, the key here to find the sides, I can use the trig functions. I'm going to look for L right now. And as I look at L and I measure from 28 degrees, I go across. L is opposite for 28 degrees. Opposite, and I know 19 is the hypotenuse. So I have to think, what trig function uses opposite and hypotenuse? I'm going to write out SOHCAHTOA. SOH, sine opposite over hypotenuse, cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent opposite over adjacent. SOHCAHTOA. Sine opposite over, that's it. That's what I need. I have the angle is 28 degrees. I'm looking for L that is opposite from 28 degrees. And I have 19 as the hypotenuse. So I can write this. Sine of L, you must give the angle. Tell what you do on the sine of. The sine of L equals L over 19. Oh, L is 28 degrees. Let me fill that in. Capital L. So I'm going to get the sine of 28 degrees equals lowercase l over 19. Now, sine of 28 degrees. It's just a number. I'm going to put that into my calculator and figure out what that number is. On this calculator, I'll press SIN, where sine is. It's going to open parentheses for me, so I want to be careful about that and close the parentheses where they should be closed. The sine of 28 degrees, press equals. This is just a number, and as I put it in my calculator, there's a lot of digits there. 0.46947. 1563 equals L over 19. Now there's more after the 3, but that's the amount of what I see on the calculator. To solve this little equation for L, I have to multiply both sides by 19. So 0.46947, I'll stop there with it, because I'm running out of space on my paper, is L over 19 times 19. Now, these 19s cancel, because you're dividing by 19, and then you're multiplying by 19. So they cancel each other out. And here I have my sine of 28, which is still in my calculator. I just have to press times 19. I get 8.9199 59693. I'm going to round it to 5 decimal places. That would make this a 6. And that's what L is. Pay attention to what the directions are asking you to round to. From what I saw on a video, 1 decimal place is enough. And behind the 9, there's a 1. I can just drop it off. So L is 8.9. I'll try to stick with my red pen for that. I need to find K. If I'm solving the triangle, I need to find all the parts. And I'm only missing K at this point. Look back at the triangle, and I have K, and I have 19 right here. Well, I also have L at this point, so I have a lot of options. But K is next to the 28 degrees. It's adjacent. 19 is the hypotenuse. Adjacent. Oh, I'm going to use cosine. So to find K, I'll write the cosine of K, not cosine of K, is the cosine of L equals K over 19 because K is adjacent to angle L. So cosine of L is K over 19. Angle L, capital L, is 28 degrees. Let's fill that in. The cosine of 28 degrees is K over 19. Now, the last time I went ahead and I typed this into my calculator and I got the decimal. But you know, we could save that step and do it later. As I look at this, this is K divided by 19. The opposite of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply K over 19 by 19. If you like, you could write it 19 over 1. But whatever you do on one side of the equation, you have to do on the other. So I'm going to have to multiply cosine of 28 degrees also by 19. On the right side, the 19s cancel. You get just K. On the left side, I will take out my calculator and type this in. 19 times the cosine of 28 degrees. Press equals. K is 16.776. So that would round off to 16.8.